Hi everyone, we finally arrived at our apartment Airbnb near Athens in the city that is called Paleo-Faliro. The flight took about 2 hours from Tel Aviv. We rented a car in the airport.
We drove through toll roads to get to the place quicker. It cost a few euros. When we arrived at Paleo-Faliro, we realized there is a big parking problem in the town. After 15 minutes of searching, we found a parking spot just a 5-minute walk from our accommodation. The host left the key in a lockbox. The building had an interesting vintage elevator. The apartment was also nice, with a long balcony, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a small kitchen.
We are very hungry. Last time we ate 10 hours ago. It was 4 a.m. And now we are going to find some place nearby and have lunch or brunch, I don't know, there.
There was a nearby place with good reviews, so we headed there. Interestingly, almost all the places did not have air conditioning, even though the weather was very hot. The waitress brought us a bottle of water, even though we did not ask for it. Nisha had a salad, Vitalik had meat skewers, and I had gyros. On our way back to the apartment, we saw shops selling sweets and ice cream. Yummy.
My brother and my husband are going to music festival tonight. And I'm not going there. I will go to Athens by public transport, and I'm not sure how it works. I read in the internet that I need to buy tickets in a special shop, and Google Maps says that the shop is 500 meters from here. So I think I will go there and buy a ticket.
I put on dress and went out in search of a place to buy a ticket. It was hard to find. I thought maybe I would find it in the train station, but the machine there was broken. But on my way to the bus station, I bumped into a kiosk and finally bought one. Then I had to wait for a long 30 minutes for the bus. And finally, it arrived. After about 15 minutes on a crowded, non-air-conditioned bus, I arrived in Athens. I reached Athens 1 hour before sunset, so I decided to take a walk to the main sightseeing spot, the Acropolis. So I tried to find the best spot to view it, and I discovered a hill with an amazing view of the Acropolis and the entire city. The hill was crowded with people. I guess they were also waiting for the sunset. Check out the view, it's astonishing. Then I took a walk to the city center. Saw some interesting sights, streets and street musicians, and eventually returned home the same way.
The first day is over and I'm very tired because of the lack of sleep, very hot weather and a lot of walking up and down. My first impressions about Athens: terrible public transport. Food is amazing, very tasty, and we did not even try sweet things. There are a lot of very tasty looking sweet things in different shops. Maybe tomorrow we will eat something. People seem to be friendly. Prices are lower than in Israel, which is also nice. Streets are clean and not very crowded. Overall, positive experience, but I want to sleep. Good night. Good morning. How was yesterday festival?
Good morning. Yesterday it was quite interesting. Release festival in Athens. It's not a very big festival. It has like only 2 scenes located 2 minutes away from each other. And yesterday there was a good day with different bands, post-punk English bands. One scene was like the main scene has 4 bands. So one was like a local small Greece band called Trance something, And after them, participated three English bands, which were popular in the end of the previous century. It's called Ladytron. It's like electronic band. Two post-punk bands, Echo and Bunnyman and Susie. And second scene, the performance started with the Haunted Ocean, Haunted Youth, yes. And after them, it was very interesting guys called Viagra Boys from the Sweden. Like a punk rock, and the main headliner was Interpol, American band. It was quite interesting performance, but the problem was that the visitors, they expected that they have a possibility to go to each concert, but the problem was that they overlap. So you need to understand which band you want to go to.
Okay, cool. What are our plans for today?
Our plans is just like relax because yesterday we hadn't slept too much.
It's your plans and our plans.
I don't know your plans. My plan is just like not spend too much time under the very hot Greece sun and just like eat something tasty.
Okay, can you please give microphone to Vitalik?
Okay.
Give microphone.
I don't know how.
You can just speak to the microphone. What our
I
plans?
don't want to. Why doesn't? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on here?
So what
Yes,
our
yes.
plans
Sound
for
check.
today?
Our plans. So we can drive to some interesting place near Athens. Actually, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and I think we can like drive right now. It's maybe half an hour one way. So we can drive somewhere, see something, return, and where in the middle of the day, where the sun will be the most in its most powerful, we can go to some museum or something, for example.
We found a real turtle near our house.
So we decided to drive to the Lake Marathon and go for a walk there. Today is a very hot day again, but I put on the sunscreen so everything will be good.
The Lake Marathon was beautiful. We discovered a lovely viewpoint by the road nearby and stayed there to enjoy the breathtaking scenery. As we pondered our next destination, we realized that the town of Marathon is also close by and thought it might be worth a visit.
We arrived to a town that is called Marathon because what?
Because in 490 years before the Christ, there was a battle between the Greeks and the Persians here, and after the victory of the Greeks over Persians, one guy called Philippid ran from the city to the Athens, and it was like 42 kilometers from here to the Athens, and that's why after that we got this discipline in Olympic Games called marathon.
And we found on Google Maps that there is a museum dedicated to marathon running. Actually, it is going to be closed in 40 minutes, and now we are going
To run, not 42 kilometers.
and now we are going to check what
What is the whole story of this marathon and
Okay, let's go.
The official name of the museum is the Center of the Promotion of the Marathon Racing. It doesn't focus solely on the first marathon, but rather on the history of marathon running in the 20th and 21st centuries. In the museum's courtyard, you'll find several sculptures depicting runners. I believe they were real men who once ran the marathon. The tickets cost a few euros. Inside, you can explore posters, trophies, medals, merchandise from different years, photographs, stories, routes, and numerous personal belongings. They also screen a movie in English, sharing some fascinating facts. I was particularly impressed by the genuine marathon winners' personalized sneakers. All Adidas, by the way. After leaving our reviews, we continued our journey in search of a place to have lunch. Once again, we indulged in a delectable feast. However, we made a slight mistake and accidentally ordered too much souvlaki. After our incredibly satisfying lunch, we proceeded to our final destination before returning to the apartment, Pine Sea Beach. The aroma in the air was simply incredible, and I hadn't experienced such a sensation in a long time. The sea itself was unlike anything in Israel. Its color was distinctively different. Misha could not resist the allure and decided to take a swim, despite not having any swimming clothes. Hi Misha,
Hi.
how was the water?
The water is super warm and fresh.
Cool. Following a leisurely stroll along the shoreline, we made our way back to our Airbnb. Last evening in Greece. Tonight we are flying back to Tel Aviv. We decided to go to city center tonight. Maybe I'll buy some clothes, and then I want Vitalik to eat some sweeties. While we were driving, I noticed a few buildings and suggested we stop to take a look. It turned out to be the National Library and Academy of Athens. Afterwards, we continued our journey towards the city center, where I had a plan to buy a pair of sandals. We also stumbled upon a local shoe store where I ended up buying 2 pairs of sandals. They were of excellent quality, made from real leather, and the price was just right. Our last stop for the evening was a cafe that served delightful desserts. Once again, we were served a complimentary bottle of water without even asking, and just like before, the cafe did not have air conditioning. Most of the sweets in local cafes are made with buffalo milk, so we decided to try one called Ekmek Kataifi. Now it's time for us to head back to Israel. We managed to get a few hours of sleep and then drove to the airport. We're sitting in Athens airport. It's 15 to 6. Our small trip is almost over. I want to sleep. That's it. See you in my next episode. Bye.